And we are back in Purple Co HQ having the This is Private Practice video for, it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, Soph? Yeah, Sophie's nodding. It's Wednesday. That's good because I woke up and it was Wednesday. I'm glad Thursday didn't arrive or something. Crazy. It's been one of those days today. I've been quite honest with everybody, but you know that my dad died in sudden circumstances 6 weeks or so ago. And today was one of those days where I felt like I'd been kicked in the guts a bit. So we all know that grief takes many shapes and forms. And despite my best efforts, there's no 7-step process. And sometimes it just comes up and something will trigger you or something will happen. And I found myself meeting with a client in a cafe today. And after he left, I kept it together and I kept it together. It was in quite a public place in my local community. And after he left, I just started weeping. And that's okay. I'm allowed to do that because I'm human. But it took me by surprise because that's not a common thing for me today. So my emotions are a bit raw. Yay, human JoJo, woohoo, she's a thing. So has it interrupted the way I've done my work today? Too right. I had gone to this cafe with the intention of working on some editing for my book, and I got a few things done, and then I started to get so irritated with tracking changes. Kelly, we have some work to do around me using tracking changes, that I just went, not going to try anymore. We need to put this away and we need to go and do other fiddly things. So I went to the bank, I went to the post office, went and picked up my ironing, chatted to Nicola, who's in Sydney. Yay, Nicola's in Sydney. There we go. So private practice gets interrupted by life, just in case anybody's interested. We're not immune. Things happen. I was working with a chiropractor not so long ago who, so you know what chiropractors do? Well, this person ended up with really bad tendonitis in their dominant hand and can't work as a chiropractor when you've got an inflammatory condition, especially if you're doing a lot of manipulation, which this chiropractor did. So it was kind of interesting today. It was like a lot of emotional energy goes into my work, and it was my emotions that were a bit raw and possibly inflamed today. So my tools of my trade weren't necessarily up to par. But I wanted to chat to you about your expectations of social media, which is there was no way of doing a segue into that, right? There just wasn't. So I'm having a lot of conversations with a lot of clinicians and health professionals who have incredibly unreasonable expectations of social media. So I know that there are people out there saying, put up a post, get referrals, do this, get referrals, do that, get referrals. And it's kind of this illusion that if you have a social media presence of anything, then that's automatically going to equate to clients coming into your rooms or buying your program. I just want you to think for a minute, how do you use social media? What is it that you're doing on social? Because I don't know how many of us are actually going feed, ooh, buy that. Feed, ooh, I'm going to buy that too. I don't think we're doing that anymore, and the rules of the game have changed. And if you're getting upset by lack of engagement, likes and shares, then you really need to make your content that's going up on social the sort of thing that people want to interact with. So I don't have a massive social media following, yet I know people are watching these videos. How do I know people are watching these videos? Because they write to me telling me, I watched your video, I need to work with you. Or I watched your video and I've read your blog and I really like the way you do this. Or people, I've been on your LinkedIn profile, I've watched your videos, I've been on your Facebook presence, I've been on your website. And then they want to make contact with me. So we've really got to let go of this idea that one social media post is going to cut it, or that one sponsored post or one Facebook ad is going to cut it. You might fluke it, but generally speaking, that's not how we use social. I don't go to YouTube to buy things. I go to YouTube to learn how to do things. So if I want to learn how to tune my cello, I swear I go to YouTube to learn how to tune my cello, because I've still got to learn how to do that. I go to YouTube on how to fix technology integration issues. So for me, YouTube is the how-tos, how to do this, how to do that. Instagram, I go because I want to be entertained. So funnily enough, my Instagram feed is full of advertisement for shoes, because I talk about my Frankie Fours quite a lot, and Instagram have decided that I obviously like to talk about shoes. But I don't go to Instagram to buy shoes. I go to Instagram to find out if Frankie Four is having a sale, which they're not, sorry. And then I would go to their website to make a purchase. I go to Facebook because you're all there, and because I want to connect with family on my profile. I don't use Twitter. I have no idea what's going on there. And LinkedIn for me is talking to people in corporate world. So I think we need to be really careful about our expectations of what social is doing for us. And it's annoying because everybody talks about having a return on investment. And if you can't measure something, then you can't measure it. So if you don't know if you're getting likes or comments or shares, then you feel like that nothing's happening. Well, the only key metric you really need to have here is, are people booking appointments with you or buying products off you, and are they telling you that they saw you on social? That's kind of the only key metric that we really need. Now, there's going to be a gazillion of people watching this and other coaches who are going to go, you're wrong, Joe, you're wrong. Okay, if you've made a gazillion dollars using Facebook, not to teach other people how to use Facebook, but it's got to be, social needs to be a part of a whole social media strategy. So I come back to you again. What do you use social for? Is it for connecting with people? Chances are it is. Is it about how to do stuff? Are you looking for actual specific advice and commentary on how to do things? Do you just want to be entertained? If that's how you're using social, then chances are the people that you want in your world are going to be using social in similar ways. But that's your responsibility as the business owner to know how your prospective clients are using social. So I wouldn't have done these videos if I didn't know that they were going to work. It was an accident that they started, and they have been one of the most compelling, interesting. I've met some incredible people because I do these videos and I do them consistently. It's not just about video, it's about your overall presence, but then also about your expectations of social. So I'm going to leave that there because I could get pretty ranty about that. So I want you to let go of trying to count all your numbers and all your likes and all your socials, because you've got to remember as well, with something like Instagram and Facebook, there's too much content for it to turn up in everybody's feeds. So you really need to have more than one social working for you, so people have different ways of coming into your funnel. And I can talk a lot more about that, and if people are interested, let me know and I'll make sure that I do some videos around that as well. So time to examine our own behavior on social so that we can get a better handle on how we are using it, so that we can have a better understanding on how our prospective clients might also be using social. This is private practice. You can't really get away. Actually, that's not true. I know of a couple of people who don't have an online presence at all. They're working with either high-level military personnel or politicians, and they actually need to be kept really, really secret. Otherwise, there's really no reason. It's the way we communicate with each other these days. Yeah. So I hope you're all extremely well. Priscilla and Carol and Adele, it's lovely to see you here. I hope you've had a lovely day with your 4-day week. I hope that all your clients may say thank you to you this week. If not, I'm going to say thank you for turning up and doing the work and being the awesome clinicians that you are. Now, I'm off to Sydney for the next 2 days, so we'll see how we go with This is Private Practice videos. I am meeting up with my business mentoring community, which I'm torn. There's a part of me that's like, oh, I just need that refreshment and that input. And there's another part of me that's like, oh, I've got so much to do. So I'm normal and human, and I'm probably not the only person experiencing that. But I will be seeing Nicola and I will be seeing Kelly, my editor, so can't all be bad. All right, I'm going to go now, and I think it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Boring. Talk to you later.